everyone. This is Catherine. I'm going to be doing the mini predictions for January 2021 for the Earth signs. If you have any Earth signs in your chart, almost said planets for some reason, this could apply to you. I'm going mostly based on your main five. So if this is your rising, your sun, your moon, this can be your Venus, Mars, and or Mercury, depending on which ones you apply. I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. Just like I said, as long as you have them in your main five, doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling to see what is happening for you in January. And I'll be posting a February outlook for 2021. That shuffled weird. I'll be posting that at the end of January. I do want to apologize that this one and the air signs video are going to be coming in late for you, but hopefully it's still 2020 for some of you, but it's okay if it's still seen on the first, because the first of the month doesn't really tell you anything about what's happening for the entire month. So I'm going to try and shuffle this a little bit better. I'm a little bit tired from just, sleep schedule's been really bad, but should be able to do this just fine. Okay. I feel like it's going to be very similar for earth signs as it was for fire signs, where you guys are going to be feeling like you're going to have to be cautious about your next step. You're going to have to really think about, you're really going to have to take time and think about what you want this year to be for you. And I think that, for earth signs, you guys are going to need to, just be applying your lessons and just thinking about how you can make yourselves happy. I think that sometimes earth signs, we overextend ourselves for the sake of others and don't realize that we're doing it until it's too late. Okay. Yeah, I see that Temperance card, and I'm just kind of thinking, like, we need to really take more time for ourselves. And with the Six of Wands that just flew out, I feel like it's not just about realizing where our success lies and realizing what we need to do to be successful, or take our time assessing what we've been successful in. But I think it's also important that we take our time and really just appreciate what we've already done this year. This year has been really difficult for us, and I think January, I don't think we're going to just hit the ground running in January. I think that it's going to be a time for us to kind of sit with ourselves and start reflecting, and really use that reflection time period to sit down and write and manifest and kind of journal what we want the rest of our year to be. Because I feel that it's really much about, taking it seriously and the progress that we've made this year. I feel like it just, tower moment after tower moment for earth signs, especially in 2020. But I personally feel that earth signs and water signs had a really big issue with 2020, but I know that all the signs had their own struggles. So I'm really feeling that, I feel that in order for January 2021 to be successful, I think it's less about it being a huge success and more about assessing how far we've come and where we need to go next. I'm seeing that Four of Pentacles is, saving your money. So if you guys are thinking about investing in anything later in the year, regardless of what that is, definitely start saving your coins. Don't worry about spending. Whether you have a lot of it, whether you don't. I feel like there's going to be, there might be some issues with friends. I feel like this Three of Cups and Ace of Cups is telling me that you might walk alone in some instincts. Or you might find somebody who's willing to not let you walk alone. I feel like it really depends on the situation. But I feel like for earth signs, you guys have had some difficulties weighing on you in regards to happiness, and is this really going to be permanent? And it is, but I feel that some of you are dealing with, worries about stagnation, worries about how long things are going to last. So I feel that for January, it's going to be a lot of continuous releasing. I feel like the last month of 2020 was not really going to be so much about, finalizing release. I think that January 2021 for you Earth signs is going to be about finalizing a lot of things, making sure that, everything that you've learned is going to be applied in a lesson. And, just assessing what those lessons were. I feel like sometimes we tend to bury, and compartmentalize a little bit too much. So I feel like this is going to be a time of action, and it's going to be a time of realizing where those actions need to go. Because I see that, January is going to be like, it's either going to be really bad here or going to be really good month or really bad months for you, depending on if you've actually applied your lessons. I feel like maybe even January will be a test for you to see how much of your lessons you've actually learned. Just wanted to check and make sure it was still filming. When I was filming the air signs video earlier, it was very just kept shutting off on me. I guess Spirit was like, no air signs message for you. But anyways, for you Earth signs, I definitely feel like, you're just going to have to be thinking more about where you want to apply your lessons, and just make sure that you're not overextending yourselves for other people, and, not burying your feelings and letting yourself take more control in the things that you can have control of, and then releasing control of things that you don't. Because I feel like we tend to want to control everything because we are so used to knowing what the next thing is going to be for us that the unknown is so terrifying, and I think that's what weighs so heavily on us. I think that some of you are going to get a small offering or a small gesture from someone. It could be romantic. I do feel like I need to mention the romantic part of it. I feel like it might be a friend of yours that's been kind of holding back from you. I kind of feel like you already know who it is. Definitely feeling like there's a Sagittarius placement here. I'm going to go ahead and split this deck now and just put this to the side. The Hanged Man and the Hermit. Interesting. So I feel like it's going to be January 2021. It's going to be a huge reflection time period for you Earth signs. It is for most of us, I think. I think that we're going to have kind of a slow period in January. I don't think that there's going to be a heavy amount of things happening for us, but I feel like it's going to be a good time for us to assess where we've been, assess where we might be going, so we can make plans for the future. I definitely feel like it's going to be a good time for us to assess our friendships, assess what we've been investing in our friendships, investing in ourselves. Earth signs, I feel like it's going to be a good time for us to plan what's next in terms of, you know, what makes us happy and what doesn't. I feel like most of the time we're so geared towards looking towards the blessings and looking towards the positive that we genuinely forget to assess the bad things that we've been through. We kind of want to brush it under the rug and compartmentalize it. So I feel like it's going to be a time of forgiveness. I feel like it's going to be a time of realizing that our progress is really balanced in on receiving that forgiveness from ourselves, because I feel like we've been beating ourselves up for things that, really we have no control over. I really feel like if there's something to do with romance, I feel like there's going to be some sort of apology from a past person, and I feel like it's not necessarily going to be a romantic gesture towards progress with that person, but I really feel like it's more going to be towards just releasing you from that anxiety of worrying how that person feels about you. It's going to give you that closure. And I feel like even if you don't have that specific closure with that person, it's going to make you realize you need to have your own version of closure. Even if that person never apologizes, it's okay. Like, it's not something that you need to seek justice for. I feel like you may have been feeling guilty about a situation that had nothing to do with you in the past year, and you wanted to have more control over it. You wanted to have more say in the situation. And so you've I feel like for Earth signs, you guys have felt kind of alone in your battles. And it's not that you chose to be alone. I think for some of you have. But I think that for others, you've just been kind of choosing to be alone because it's just for the best. It's not that you disliked your friends. It's just that you found that there's certain things that only you can give to you, and stop relying on other people to give that to you. I think it took a long time for you to process this, and I think it took a long time for you to realize that your happiness is not just dependent on the friends you keep, but also your own input, your own progress. And I think once you start to realize that and really start to apply it in 2021, January is going to be a big time for spirit noticing you putting more of that effort into yourself. I feel like, again, like earth signs, you guys are bosses. You guys can compartmentalize. You guys can juggle so many things at once. But once you learn to only juggle yourself, I think it's going to start panning out and the right people are going to start flocking towards you. Um, it's going to take time. I think that right now for January, you're just going to have to worry about just appreciating what you already have, and just sitting down and saying, okay, well, that's what success is for me, and what, you know, and it's not that you have to redefine success or assess, your situation differently like the fire signs do. I feel like it's more like you have to take your time sometimes. Not Don't rush success. Success happens on its own terms, and be happy with where you're at right now, even if that means that you don't get that huge bag of money that you want. You don't always get the success you want when you want it. Learn to take time and appreciate the things around you. Have more fun, COVID safety and all that, but learn to enjoy the moment, learn to enjoy yourself and appreciate yourself for how far you've come, because 2020 was not an easy year for anybody. So I think that January is going to be a good time for you to kind of just rest and breathe and take a beat. And I think that Spirit's going to really be having you sitting on the bench this coming month. I feel like it's not that it's not going to be full of blessings. I do think there will be quite a bit of blessings, especially with friends and maybe romantic partners. But I do think that it's time to sit on the bench a little bit when it comes to finances. I feel like you guys are going to need to realize that there's more to life than money. Assessing what you need to do, especially maybe even with your health. If you've been suffering from health issues, mental health issues, it's going to be a good time for you to take time to really replenish yourself, so that January can turn into February with ease and transition very well. So that's my message for Earth Signs for January 2021. Hope you guys like this message. Feel free to leave a comment if you like. Subscribe, whatever those YouTubers are saying nowadays. Um, let's go ahead and close out this message. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you.